Hello YouTube, RetroEd here. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm here with a video response, like a VR to Generation Pixel. Generation Pixel has put out an absolute belter of a challenge, as he does, and it's called the Golden Year Challenge. And it's really quite simple. You got to pick a year that, in your opinion, is an absolute standout, an absolute epic year. And underpinning that year, there's three things: a great movie, great film, a great album, and obviously a great video game. And people have put out some absolutely marvellous kind of responses. There's a few things that I've kind of seen, heard or played, but also there's a lot of things which I haven't kind of come across. So for example, I won't do a kind of a spoiler, but the Game Shack talked to a film that I'd never seen. I'll be honest, I hadn't heard of. I heard a lot of the actors within it. It was on Amazon Prime. I had a bit of time on Saturday night, thought I'd check it out. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I let him know that, and yeah, without that kind of video I probably wouldn't have come across it. It would have been lost in the masses and the Where's Wally video wall that you see on the likes of Netflix and Amazon Prime. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, here's my three. So the first one I'm going to pick, and these all linked to the marvellous year of 1997, and this was my second year at uni, so I was kind of into my studies, but I didn't have the pressure of the final year exams, so there was some work, but then there was also some play chucked in as well, so I had some time to focus on things such as this. But the film itself was Good Will Hunting. I'm sure loads of people would have seen it, starring Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Robin Williams. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck actually they did the script. They won an Oscar off the back of it. About a real, I'm sure you've seen it if you haven't, about a real kind of a troubled individual who's a genius, and it's about how he kind of navigates through a particular part of his life with Robin Williams as a kind of a shrink, giving him some counsel, but also through kind of a love interest and all other things, just trying to work out what is the most important. It's not quite the meaning of life, but what's the most important thing in life? Is it kind of love, experiences, the life voyage versus education and jobs and that stuff? And it's it's an absolute cracking movie, and also it's a bit of a double treat really, because at the end, when the credits roll, it's got one of my favourite artists, and in fact one of my favourite songs of all time. It's got Elliott Smith doing Miss Misery, which is probably the first time I came across Elliott Smith, and unfortunately he's passed away now, but a year after I saw it in Sheffield. So again, it's kind of linked to that, and love that film. In terms of an album, another really popular one, and they won a Grammy for it, but Radiohead, and OK Computer. So I've always loved Radiohead. I particularly got into them off the back of the second album, The Bends, and when The Bends kind of came to a close, they probably could have taken an easy route and done a very similar copy and paste album, heavy guitars, Tom York's amazing lyrics, vocals, and the rest of the band are just top of the game. They could have done that, and they would have done really well. I wouldn't doubt that for a second. But they took the risky approach, and they came out with a phenomenal album that introduced a lot of other kind of instruments and a lot of other concepts. There's bits of kind of jazz in there, some electronica, really well produced. Some beautiful videos that accompany the the singles, and it's just a fantastic album. And even now, it's timeless. I listen to it even on YouTube. I kind of dig out some live performances of Paranoid Android and Karma Police, Airbag. There's loads of fantastic tunes on it. So again, you've probably heard it. If you haven't, give it a go, give it a listen. And then in terms of the video game, I've gone for GoldenEye, and we had an N64. I think I might mention in maybe my opening video, but when I was at uni, we had like a shared N64 machine, and we had all the classic games, Mario Kart, Mario 64, Mario Kart, Turok, crappy ones, Automobili Lamborghini, which must have been in the bargain bucket at the time. But we had like GoldenEye, and GoldenEye we spent many a day, many a night thrashing through. We had like a Radio Rentals 32-inch, I think it was a Sony, it was a 32-inch telly from Radio Rentals, playing that, and even in the quadrants of the 4-player, it was still like amazing. And all the you know, the unlockables. You've got the campaign level, but then you can unlock so much more. I think there's a couple of like bonus levels, Aztec, and there's another level in there. At least 2 bonus levels. You know, bonus characters. You get the golden gun, Odd Job, Baron Samedi from Live and Let Die, which is one of my favourite Bond films. You know, he's in it. So it's just, yeah, absolutely love that. So many fond memories. A bit of a cheesy kind of gaming bonding thing with all the guys and girls who I lived in the house with, all playing that game on most days. So that is it, guys. So I hope you like my 3. If you've got any kind of comments, views, kind of opinions on what I've mentioned, if you kind of seen, played, heard them and you liked or you didn't, then would love to hear from you below in the comments. But if you haven't put out a VR yet and you have got a channel, then I'm sure, you know, Generation Pixel and the rest of the community would absolutely you know, love to see that. And if you don't have a channel, then, you know, watch some of the videos and leave a comment with your 3, maybe, you know, underneath that video, underneath this one or another one. It's a real just good opportunity to get to know each other, you know, a little bit more, and just share some of the great you know, other media content that's out there, and yeah, deserves a watch, a listen, or a play. And that's it from me, guys. I'll see you on the next one. I'm kind of midway through filming or editing a pickups video, part 2, and yeah, I will see you very soon. All the best.